तत्कर्मयन्न बंधाय सा विद्याया विमुक्तये आयासाया परम कर्म विद्यान्याशिल्पुनैपुणम्. The rishi of Vishnu Purana defined education as one which liberates. Sa vidyaya vimuktaye. Education is that which liberates. But before that, he says tatkarmayanna bandhaya, which means action that does not bind. He calls action only that which does not bind. With cause and effect rule, every action will create a result, a phala, and that result will bind you. Your actions will bind you. And that's why human beings are to be trained to act in a way in which they do not create a result that will bind them. That is the aim of life, and which has to be achieved by education. This has been the basis of education in Bharat for thousands and thousands of years. From time immemorial, Swami Vivekananda uses a very beautiful phrase in which he says, times in which the history cannot dare to fathom. Even the history cannot dare to fathom. From those times immemorial, from the beginning of the time, in Bharat we have developed an education system which liberated every human being, irrespective of caste, religion, his cultural background, his gender, his or her gender. Everybody was given education, and this was achieved through a decentralized education system spread in all the villages. And wherever and with whatever baggage you are born, prarabdha you are carrying from last incarnation, in this birth you will get an education which will take you to the ultimate liberation. Whatever may be the bondage, education will give liberation. If poverty is the bondage, education will enable you, will empower you in such a way that you will liberate yourself from that poverty. That's why Muktakari Vidya was also Arthakari Vidya. If ignorance is the bondage, then education will enable you with such a knowledge that the darkness of ignorance will be shattered. This is how education is looked into Bharat even today. It's not past, it's a continuous present. It's a continuous present tense. It has been happening for thousands and thousands, millennia. Every day while taking Sankalpa in the temple, we take a note of 192 crores of years. When we talk about Brahmane Dvitiya Parardhe, Brahmano Ahani Dvitiya Parardhe, Shweta Shi Shweta Shvetara, like that we go on to the Samvatsara, to Shukla Paksha and then Tithi, till that we come. So that whole counting of time is 192 crore years. So that kind of a history we have kept alive in continuity through our parampara. That is the beauty of education in Bharat. So what does this NEP do? One of the highlights of 2020, which otherwise has become a forgettable year. Everyone is saying this 2020 should be wiped off from the time's history because it has got virus. So almost 9 months of everybody's life have been wasted in this COVID fight. But in that dark cloud, the silver lining came when on 29th July, the central government, the cabinet of the central government approved the National Education Policy 2020. This is a paradigm shift that was long awaited. In 1947, when we got independence, it was thought that we will become independent of all the colonial bondages, but alas, it didn't happen. In Bharatiya languages, independence is called as Swatantra. Swatantra. Independence means swa. Swa means my. Tantra means system. If our own systems, indigenous systems are not developed, it is, the independence does not have any meaning. It is a political independence. Only the faces are changed. Now we don't have any British faces, white faces. Instead of that, we have our own Bharatiya faces, but the judges in the courtroom are following the same British laws, same British procedures. The economy is following the same thing. The democracy that we have inherited is the Westminster model. So all the political system, economic system, judicial system, we have not changed them to Swatantra. So are we really independent of the colonial? Has the decolonization even started? That was the question in the mind of everybody. And why this change of system did not happen during our making of constitution in this country. For 47 to 1950, we prepared our constitution with 350 most fertile and patriotic minds coming together and debating for hours together on each line of every article, and we created one of the historic constitution of this country. But why we have not been able to throw away the colonial bondage and become really independent is because the education system was not freed from the colonial past. The 1835 Act of Education even today ruled this country, and that was the challenge before the National Education Policy team, drafting team. For 5 years consultation were done all over the country. More than 1.25 lakh villages were visited, and by one estimation almost 32 crore people participated in the consultation process of this National Education Policy. It must be a world record for any kind of policy. This kind of a democratic process was adopted, and the nation expressed its vision of education through this all consultation. And Kasturi Ranganji, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, one of the modern rishis I call him, really a seer, a tapasvi who has done great austerities in his own life. He guided the team, he led a team of other rishis, 10 rishis, and through all this big data that was collected through such a large consultation, this 66-page document of National Education Policy has emerged like a Navanita out of Manthana. This nectar that has come out of this churning, if implemented properly, I repeat, if implemented properly, this will completely change the paradigm of education and bring it back to what it was, that is Tatkarmayanda Madhyaya. Why I am saying this? Because this National Education Policy for the first time talks about flexibility. It talks about flexibility in governance, it talks about flexibility in syllabus and curriculum, it talks about flexibility in selection, choice of subjects, it talks about flexibility from the watertight streams like science, arts, commerce, like that. It talks about multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary education. It talks about multiple entry and multiple exit. It talks about choice-based credit right from the school. So it is a completely flexible structure that has been given. So that will enable, if implemented properly, that will enable not only the student but also the teachers and free it from the colonial bondage, and the real Gurukula pedagogy, the real Gurukula methodology can be brought back through NEP, implementation of NEP. NEP is, for the first time after independence, in Bharat we are talking about a victorious nation. We are not talking about a nation which has been bogged down for thousands of years. No, we have thrown away that colonial baggage in this education policy. This education policy talks about a holistic curriculum, holistic syllabus. And in that holistic syllabus, one subject is about knowledge of Bharat. Knowledge of Bharat is one subject, in which 100 mark question paper will be given right from the school education to the post graduation level, in which they will learn about Bharat. For the first time we are saying that we are proud of our heritage and we learn our heritage with pride. So that is a shift. Even in the chapter of internationalization, that is chapter 14 of the education policy, the policy makers while drafting are not at all apologetic. They are not talking about internationalization from a globalization point of view. They are not talking from a point of view in which Bharat is somewhere less, and with that from less pedestal we are talking to some higher universities. No. Before saying that the foreign universities, that to the top 100 foreign universities ranking, 100 ranking foreign universities may be allowed to open their campuses in this country with proper legal framework at par with autonomous institutions of the country. Nothing special, no privileges. But before writing this, in the first half of the same sentence, they are talking about the best universities in Bharat, the best rank universities of Bharat would be allowed to open campuses all over the world. This is real internationalization. So we are talking from a position of advantage. We are not talking from a position of some inferiority. First time this Vijigishu Vritti has been shown by the Bharatiya policy makers, and that's why NEP can change the whole education, whole attitude of education in Bharat. Another very important part is about the entrepreneurship. That is most important part. So in Bharat we have been talking about, Macaulay said that I have created an education system which will create employees, clerks. So all our education system was targeted towards creating package getting employees, good employees for, and that's why the name of the ministry was also changed to HR, human resource. Human resource is a phrase from marketing side. So you wanted to create human resource for the industry. No, not like that. Now today we are talking about, let us create job givers and not the job seekers. That entrepreneurship will change the whole system. And when LUB is organizing Take Bharat, it is the most important aspect for us. So it will change the whole paradigm of education. Job seeking versus job giving. We are going to create job givers. That is how I see NEP will change the whole attitude of education in Bharat in the coming years. And that's why the name is also changed back to Ministry of Education. No more Ministry of Human Resource Development. That is not just a change of name. It is a change of attitude that is happening in this national education policy. Another very important topic. I am speaking today in English because I cannot speak in Kannada, and because the organizers told me to speak in English. But this national education policy is going to throw away this dominance of a foreign language. If implemented properly, again I will repeat, if implemented properly in proper context by the public and the government and the teachers, this education policy after say 5 years will allow some student to become a professional, say a doctor or chartered accountant or an engineer or a lawyer, without ever taking single class of English language. From pre-primary to higher education, everywhere the option of Bharatiya language should be allowed, NEP is saying. If implemented properly, will create a nation of proud Bharatiyas working and contributing to the heritage and the goodness of the wellness of the world, really achieving Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina through their own talent. Even today, after 200 years of forcing English on everybody, only 12% of the Bharatiyas in census 2011 said that we know English. They said they know English. I don't know how many of them know English. 88% of Bharatiyas do not know English. Why do we need a higher education only in English? So creating an education in all Bharatiya language will change the whole paradigm, and Bharat Mata will once again become Jagat Guru. That is the seed and the possibility in NEP. It depends on how we implement it, not the government. It is the society, it is the teachers, it is the educationists, it is the entrepreneurs of the country, it is the industry of this country, it is the social leaders of this country that have to come together and implement NEP in its spirit and correct the Shirshasana which was done in 1835. That is education after NEP from Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal's point of view. Thank you.